everyone. Well, we all know plant-based diet is beneficial for us. Well, today we wanted to take a deeper dive of how plant-based diet can help us with lipid levels, with cholesterol, with blood pressure, things like that, right? So to talk about this topic, we have Nelcy. Nelcy is a registered dietitian as well as a certified vegan nutrition dietitian and plant-based dietitian. Thank you so much for joining us, Nelcy. And anything else you'd like to add about yourself, please feel free to do that.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, so as you said, my name is Nelcy Mylonas. I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist, and I specialize in plant-based and vegan nutrition. I'm so happy to be here. We welcome any questions and suggestions or whatever you guys want to know about. That's what we're here for, right?
Absolutely.
Should I start with the benefits right away?
Yeah. Please, let's just go deep into it. And we're talking on lipid levels, starting with at least, and then we can touch upon other things, right? Yeah.
Yes. So I'll start. I have my notes. So I'll be looking over my notes if you guys don't mind. But yeah, so reduction of blood lipid levels, serum lipid levels, right? So things like overall cholesterol, your HDL, your good cholesterol, your LDL, your bad cholesterol, and your overall triglycerides are reduced. Why is that? Because of the increasement of fiber-rich meals. It has been noted that increasing fiber in your meals helps reduce the body, from absorbing all these lipids and giving us all kinds of problems. For example, atherosclerosis is a big issue that of most concern. That these atherosclerosis is just the black buildup in the arteries, which is what leads to heart disease, coronary heart disease, which is it's a big issue. But yeah, so reducing saturated fats, which are mostly from animal-based foods, gives you that benefit of improving your serum lipid levels. What else can I say about that? The fiber, right? So we are increasing fiber in our meals. Non-plant-based lifestyle, people that don't follow plant-based lifestyle are not getting enough fiber. Women should get at least 25 grams of fiber daily. Men should get at least 38 grams daily, and we are not meeting those recommendations. Now, fiber also helps reduce blood pressure. Now, blood pressure, according to the National Institute of Health, they recommend a DASH lifestyle, meaning dietary approaches to stop hypertension. Now, what this lifestyle constitute is foods like whole grains, fruits, vegetables, legumes, fruits and vegetables, legumes, nuts and seeds. Now, these are all foods that are rich in nutrients like potassium, magnesium, calcium, fiber, which are the basis of a plant-based lifestyle. So that's another benefit that can help with reducing the risk of coronary heart disease. Yeah, and what else can I say about that? So let's see. What do I have in my notes? So another big one, chronic inflammation. It's a problem in our arteries, right? So chronic inflammation can also lead to atherosclerosis, which is the plaque buildup in our arteries. So consuming a plant-based lifestyle that are rich in phytonutrients, antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, flavonoids, isoflavonoids, fiber, can help the reduction of inflammation in the body, which inflammation is often the root cause of many chronic diseases, as we know. Yeah. Another good benefit, I know I'm getting off the topic of lipids, but this is a big one. This is a big one. So because of all the phytonutrients that we are including in our meals, right, from the fiber-rich meals, different fiber sources, we are feeding our healthy gut bacteria, our probiotics, right? So these phytonutrients, this fiber is called prebiotics, is the food for the probiotics, which is the healthy gut bacteria, like that healthy gut microflora. I'm not sure who here knows about the gut-brain connection. The benefits are just amazing, from reducing anxiety, depression, GI digestion problems, just a plethora of health benefits altogether just from that too. What else should I say about, about that topic?
No, those are great topics. Those are great things that you talked about. So I think let's just talk a little bit about, let's say if someone is having plant-based diet and they're vegetarian or vegan, right? So I think we want to inform people what are the nutrients that they will not get, right? As opposed to what you will get from eating meat, chicken, fish, or whatever kind of meat that you eat. So I think it's important to understand if someone is vegan, what is it that I'm not going to get if I'm only a plant-based on plant-based diet, right? That's what I want to understand.
No, that's a big one. So the one nutrient I would focus on, we have to supplement, is B12. B12. Deficiency symptoms are noted 2 to 3 years after not consuming animal-based products. Now with B12, let me just say information on B12. B12, the way we receive B12 is found in microorganisms, bacteria that are in the soil. So back in our grandparents' time, right, farming, let's say the cattle would go out and feed from the grass will have a little bit of dirt in it, and then the cow will synthesize that B12. Then we consume the meat and we get the B12. That is no longer the truth with farming today. Animals are being injected with B12. They're being supplemented because they're not fed like they're used to years ago, right? So they're being supplemented with B12. I'd rather take the middleman out and take the B12 myself. But yes, B12 is a very important nutrient that we can have peripheral nerve degeneration over time. It can cause things like anxiety, constipation, loss of appetite. It can cause megaloblastic anemia, memory loss, nerve damage is a big one. So supplementation on B12 is a must. But B12 can also be found in things like spirulina, nutritional yeast, fortified cereals, plant-based milks. We can find B12 in those fortified food options. But supplementation is a must because we don't obtain enough from just the foods, from those foods. Another one is vitamin D. Vitamin D, yes, we can obtain vitamin D from the sun, right? We can synthesize it from the sun. 15 minutes a day will help us. Also, mushrooms, when they're grown and stored on the UV light, they're able to produce vitamin D. Fortified milks, fortified cereals have it. Now with vitamin D, I must say, especially for women over 30, we start to absorb less of vitamin D and calcium, which must be taken together because they work in synergy. Our bodies absorb both together at the same time. So vitamin D, calcium together, also supplementation. We can get it from food, but just to be on the safe side, supplementation is also needed. Other than that, if you are eating a true plant-based or vegan lifestyle with not a lot of prepackaged foods, right? So these are whole foods. You're able to obtain all the nutrients that you need just from foods. Those two nutrients are the ones that I worry the most: the B12 and the vitamin D with the calcium.
All right. Well, that's a lot of amazing information. Thank you so much, Nelcy. This is a quick 10-minute session that we do. It's not intention to have a medical advice, just an educational session. So we have a live person who's attending, Nicholas. If you have any questions or any comments, any feedback, you're welcome to put it in the chat window or unmute yourself as well and ask. Okay, I'm going to wait for a few seconds. If you have any comments, feedback, anything, we are launching our platform. It's sort of like a Netflix for holistic lifestyle or medicine, whatever you want to call it. So you will be able to access a lot of this information from the experts all over the world, but this is something we bring on a daily basis a live component to our basically our commitment to the community for advocacy of holistic lifestyle. Okay. Yeah, he's well, the comment is thank you, just listening and taking it all in. Well, take it all in and apply it. That's what I will tell. Okay, with then, if no comments and no feedback, anything else, Nelcy, you want to add before I wrap up? Like I said, this is a quick 10-minute session that we do.
No, I mean, yeah, we covered a lot of things. I guess I can give you some numbers. I know people always like numbers.
Sure, yeah, if you want to share the data. I know you did a lot of research on the systematic, all the meta-analysis and all that stuff, please.
Yeah, so yes, from the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, the latest systematic review of literature from the latest research in the past 5 to 10 years, there's a 30% reduction of risk of colon cancer, and that is because we're increasing the fiber in our meals. 20 to 30% reduced risk of cardiovascular disease. Everything that I mentioned before with the atherosclerosis and the ischemic heart disease. So there's a 20 to 35% reduction on that. But even bigger than that, ischemic heart disease, which is the reduction of blood flow to the heart muscle. There has been noted a 57% reduction of death from ischemic heart disease from people following a vegan lifestyle, and a 24% reduction from people following a plant-based or vegetarian lifestyle. I mean, those numbers were really big for me. So yeah, just I wanted to share those. And plant-based or vegetarians, they have a lower risk of developing dementia than non-plant-based persons. And it can also help reduce the risk of developing cognitive disorders like Alzheimer's disease, anxiety, depression, even insomnia and autism. So these are all things that they have noticed in the past 5 to 7 years of research of benefits just following a plant-based lifestyle.
Well, I think that's amazing. That's a big revelation in the sense, like, if you look at our society for the last 20 years or so, we have been more like a meat eating society, at least in the United States, not talking about other parts of the world. But now we are beginning to understand the benefits and slowly getting back into, what are, what at least where I come from, more vegetarian based, but the whole society is getting into that, the plant-based, right?
Yes, I have noticed a shift in the conscious level of all the benefits from a plant-based lifestyle, which is great. It's all great. I mean, I love it. All my clients are plant-based, or they want to start introducing more plant-based lifestyle into their daily meals. So, which is, I love it. I think it's great, and it's moving us towards less medications in the future, right? I don't know who likes to be on medications, but it's a great benefit.
Absolutely. And the only thing I'll say is, I mean, that the way I started was starting slow, like in the sense do like one day would be all plant-based and slowly shift into being 100% plant-based, because it's difficult to change habits, as we all know that. We're used to eating a certain type of food, and suddenly someone says, okay, now if somebody tells me, start eating whatever, and I'm like, oh my God, I've never eaten that, so I think we go slow and take baby steps, but at least start incorporating that in your lifestyle.
That is a great point. So sometimes we're so hard on ourselves, and we're like, oh, we want to be perfect. We want to switch everything in our life, but let's do plant-based and do it all perfect. No, it's okay. Take it one meal at a time, one day at a time, and it's fine. And you learn as you go along. There's no perfection. You learn as you go along, and that's it. It's like you said, many times we have to get used to even knowing how to cook these foods. It's like, I've had clients that tell me, oh my God, I never had kale before. I'm like, oh my God, how can you know? But these are things that we learn. We look for recipes. When we do it, it's the habit of making that a habit, if that makes sense. But we're often too hard on ourselves. One day at a time, one meal at a time, it's good enough.
Thank you so much, Nelcy, for being with us. Thank you, everyone, for continuing to support us through this whole journey that we are bringing together. So have a great week, everyone, and start the plant-based journey little by little. That's all I have to say. Thank you. Bye-bye.